It's a shibulabula. Aye, shibulabula. Aye, it's a shibulabula. Aye, shibulabula. Welcome to another episode of the Orlando Pirates Forum. We'll be discussing two things. We'll be talking a little bit about our game against the Mamelodi Sundowns on Tuesday. We'll also do a little preview of our game tomorrow against Bidvest Wits at the Emirates Airline Park. Yeah, I'm not alone. Big man once again, Mawande Barnes. Mhlobam, makuhle.
Sawe tata kunjani?
Xeko, noko kuhle. Kuhle tata. After la performance Mamelodi Sundowns, I can't complain about anything. And forget about the stats. Uguti, we have won how many games after how many games, but the performance against Mamelodi Sundowns, I have to take off data to a technical team, to Okala, the fitness trainers, the conditioners, the strength and conditioners. Yonke department of Stephen Plama, Abo. I forgot about the other guys, but I must commend them that the boys looked really solid. They were fit. I didn't expect the performance against Emirates Sundowns on Tuesday.
Hey, maybe the notion that's been going around that the football club started training in May is correct. Is correct, but we cannot speculate. On a serious note, the fitness levels of the guys surprised us. I truly did not expect them to be that much fit. I think it also played into the hands of the coach because they didn't start Umemela. And Umemela is usually not a person who finishes the game. So we thought that he would impact the game from the second half. And that's why we really fully dominated the second half, had the better chances in the game all round, and in all honesty, should have won the game. We hit the post. Marco got a last-ditch tackle, point-saving tackle from Omatisha. So there were better chances for us. Nyawuza also missed a point-blank header. So I count those three alone. There were very good chances for us.
Yazi, I want us to talk about those tactics. That decision of benching Umeme going into this big game. I mean, on any day you expect Umeme to start against Mamelodi Sundowns, but the coach knows best, and Umako started. And I, for one, was complaining. Really, I didn't like that decision. But as the game went on, I proved Uguti, I'm just a fan, and the coach Zimbabwe is a coach, and he spends most of the time with these boys. That decision of starting Umako, really, why coach Zimbabwe started with Umako, and it was a correct decision, I must say.
Yeah, for me also, it was a correct decision. I really didn't see a problem as such from my side, because I sort of thought Umako has greater energy than Memela. Memela will come in and influence the game. That's how I saw it also. And then I thought, since we playing our first game and the Sundowns is playing their second game, maybe we will look to fill out the Sundowns in the first half and look to offer something more in the second half into the game. That's what I thought. My big concern, though, was that I was not expecting Uloch to not be there. I had not been monitoring who was in the bubble and who wasn't in the bubble. So Uloch was angabiko. It deprived us of someone who was a playmaker and someone who can spot a pass and someone who can give us go forward and take players on. So we started without a playmaker or a number 10, which usually is the player that we trouble the Sundowns with. Those players in between the lines, in the pockets. We usually have two there. It's usually Uloch, no Memela, and they cause too much trouble, or they run in behind the defense, and all of those tactics. So we missed that, and our source of creativeness was supposed to come from the middle with both Mutswari no Makaringe. And they didn't give us that much, but they did give us an energy of moving about as well as Sumako. And then we're able to sort of nullify anything Sundowns did, but also not giving out anything good, because we did not have that quality to unlock a defense or to play the touch that's gonna inspire 1-2, or anything that was into the box, whereby it creates a chance, whereby from before that chance was created, the football that was displayed was beautiful.
And Yazi, when I saw Guti Uloch was not available, also Justin Shonga, I was really a bit disappointed, Yazi. But when the team announced, Guti, the reason why they were not part of the 28-man squad or the 32-man squad for the game against Mamelodi Sundowns, I fully understood, and I have to commend the team. Because really we're under lockdown, and if you are not behaving, you're supposed to be punished. But not talking about that, a player which I think didn't live up to what I was expecting, especially after not playing for such a long time, Augustine Mulenga. I was expecting a lot more from Augustine Mulenga, but there's something about Augustine Mulenga, quick game yake, which he refuses to unlearn, that thing of keeping Ebola and not sharing Ebola sometimes. I think that's one of his downfalls, Augustine Mulenga, especially in a game against Sundowns. He really disappointed me, for someone who hasn't played in a long time, and for someone who was supposed to prove why he should start ahead of our second top goal scorer, Utsehofaso Mabaso. Really, I was really disappointed by Mulenga.
With regards to Mulenga, he really didn't cover himself in glory with the performance that he had. But if we have to be honest, it wasn't Umulenga yetwa who wasn't giving us what we need in the first half. The problem for Umulenga was that I think in a spell of 5 minutes, I had counted that he had lost the ball already 3 times. When the ball got to him, he passed to Sundowns. When the ball got to him, he lost the ball. So that's why, actually, I think that instead of the others who were not performing as great, because Upule wasn't brilliant, but he didn't lose the ball unnecessarily, which is what Umulenga did. So I think that went into it downfall yake to being the first person to be sacrificed.
Yeah. And as you say, Guti, it wasn't only Umulenga who didn't deliver. There were a lot of passengers on Tuesday against Sundowns. Up until the second half, where you could see, Guti, people went from a 2/10 to maybe I would say a 7/10. The likes of Pule for one. Umayela didn't do as I wanted him to do, left wing back. There's also Umabaso who wasn't going forward as much as I wanted him to go forward, but he was helping out a lot in defense and also in midfield. Did you notice that?
Well, with regards to Umayela no Nansika no Mabaso, we don't really know what was the tactic of the coach.
What I think I'm losing you for a bit.
Are you coming back, because I can hear you? Yeah, you are back. With regards to Umayela, no.
I think I've lost you.
No, you've not. So what I mean is, with Umayela no Mabaso, we do not know the instructions that they were given by using power.
Yeah.
Was it to not be too adventure eninzi going forward, and stay back, or was it to give us something more in attack? We really don't know. Hence, the first half, I feel like we wanted to get a feel of the Sundowns, because they had played the game and they should be more sharper than us.
Mm.
We wanted to have a feel of that. And then in the second half, we started dominating the game in the middle of the park, and from there on, we took it forward.
Yeah, I guess Yazi, there's a lot of thing, and also that I noticed. Play game here too against Mamelodi Sundowns. I loved indlela ebesibhilda ngayo from the back, especially starting from the goalkeeper Wayne Sunderland. I mean, there's been a lot of criticism, especially directed to Wayne. When it comes to back passes that are directed to him, where he will squabble the ball and he will just miskick the ball sometimes. But against Sundowns of all teams, Wayne Sunderland seemed really so relaxed. We were not just huffing the ball forward, we were playing the ball from the back. Motswari coming in, Omar Karenge coming in to help up in defense so that we can push the ball forward. I really like that. Did you notice?
It's an aspect of his game that he needs to work on, or Sunderland's, in terms of not only putting pressure on the supporters, but himself to calm himself down in such situations. But on Tuesday, he gave a good account of himself in terms of the position within the ball, and he was also very alert in terms of all of the balls that were knocked in behind the defense. The same goes for Unyawuza, because Uchele is very comfortable on the ball. He was also very comfortable on the ball, Unyawuza, as did Umabaso. But also in Sundowns, I don't think they pressed as much. I think Sundowns gave us respect in terms of they will allow us to have the ball in between the back, and maybe they would push once it goes into the middle. Maybe if they put pressure on us, maybe we would have beat the press and all of a sudden have a lot of space in behind them. So we're not really there to know the tactics fully as to what they were. Were we good because Sundowns being a pushy, or were we good just because we're just comfortable and we're just good on the day in terms of starting from the back? But it is in our culture, and culture is Sundowns to start from the back.
I lost you a bit there, Wara.
I was saying that it is in our culture, Tina, to build from the back, and you don't know whether Sundowns respected as Kahulu, or you don't know if your nice Sundowns ya Natsika is respectile, or it was just us being good on the particular day.
Yeah, let's move away from the tactics which we think were applied by the team on Tuesday against Sundowns. I want us to move now to how they played against Sundowns. We'll do those normal ratings. Let's start from the back, from goalkeeper. How would you rate to Sundowns against Sundowns on Tuesday?
Tell you what, I'm just gonna go through the whole team plus Memela. I'm not gonna rate the other subs because they came in late. So if I can go like that, if you can let me. For me, Sunderland's was a 5, not because it did not have a lot to do. So I wouldn't accept that save against Utemba Zwane. He was a 5 for me, which was just okay. Not part of his fault, that is a 5, but part of the defense protected him. Then across the back 4, because they protected Sunderland's Kakulu, I'm gonna give them an extra point from Sunderland's and say all of them a 6. That will be Umabaso, Uchele, Unyauza, Nomayela. Uyabo? When I have to come in the middle, Umutswari might have been man of the match, but there were just a lot of passes for me in which he could see a pass, but he couldn't lift his head up and give that pass that was in his mind. So for me also, I'm going to say Umutswari was a 5.5 for me. One person who impressed me was Makarenge. For me, he was the best player on the pitch. He
My man
also,
of the match. Yeah.
yeah, he also was unlucky not to score, like I said
Not
at
to
the
score that
beginning.
goal. Mm.
So for me, Makaringe was a 7. And then Marco, for his energy and his assist in defense and in attack, for me was also a 6, I would say. Did not have a good first half, but none of the team had a good first
Yeah.
half. It was just bang average. And then I move forward. We had Umulenga. For me, lost too many balls in that half when there wasn't even pressure. So for me, Mulenga was a 3, the lowest underperforming team, the lowest performing player in the team on Tuesday. And then there was Umango. You cannot, the thing with strikers is you cannot give blame to the strikers when there isn't a lot of supply. You see? As a result,
Supply, yeah, and we really lacked in that on Tuesday against Sundowns. We didn't really supply Mango with those kind of balls that he would prefer. Yeah.
All Umango was doing was he was fighting for the ball. He went to fetch the ball. So for me, for the amount of work and for the chance that it created for Marco, I'm gonna give him a 5. Upule also for me was not very good. Was not very good for me. So a 4 for me for Upule. And then comes
A 4 for him, yeah.
And then comes in Memela, would change the whole complexion of the game. I think he's a player that scares Sundowns. Him and Makarenge actually love playing against Sundowns from the games that I've seen. So Memela for me was a 6 alone on the second half. A 6 alone on the second half. He was very good. He didn't lose the ball. He knew when to play one touch. His back heels were in disguise and found their player. So he made us tick. And for that, it's a 6 for me on the second half alone.
Yeah. I'd say fair ratings. Fair ratings. Sunderland's. You gave Sunderland's a 5, right?
Yeah, I gave Sunderland's a 5 from my side. What would you have given him? I see you're not satisfied. What would you have given him?
I can't hear you. Your line is breaking. I can't hear you.
What would you have given Sunderland's? I see you want to give him more points.
I was asking how many did you give Sunderland's out of 10?
I gave him 5. I gave him 5, and then I'm asking how much would you have given him?
Yeah.
How much would you have given him?
Yes, for that save, I would have given him 5. I would say 5.5 just for that save.
Oh. No, for me, 5.55. I think it's fair. We're not really far off. Out of the players, are there any other players in which you would have given more or less from what I gave? From
no,
this list of
ratings? I think rating Yako was quite fair. Rating Yako was fair really. I mean, I can't say we had a very good game. I mean, we had a very good second half, but overall we didn't have a good game. Sundowns also gave a very good account for themselves. They played well first half, and then we came in second half. We did what we were supposed to do with first half, but because we couldn't do it because Sundowns were already doing it. But ratings were quite fair. I have nothing to add or. Yeah, they were quite good. And now, quickly, let's move on very quickly to the game against Bidvest Wits tomorrow at Emirates Airline Park. Yesterday, No, yesterday, right? No, on Tuesday.
No,
On Wednesday,
on
sorry. On
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yeah, it's Friday today. Yeah. On Wednesday, you watch Bidvest Wits against the Kaizer Chiefs. What do you think we can expect from Bidvest Wits? There were quite a few changes which Gavin Hunt made on Wednesday, which I think he was already planning for that game against the Orlando Pirates. For starters, Udian Hotto wasn't playing his natural position, playing as a number 11. He was playing more as a wing back, Udian Hotto. But I know come Saturday, Udian Hotto will not play as a left winger. Will play. Gavin and push him forward.
Look, what I can say is Vets are not going down without giving everyone a fight. And they are our hoodoo team. No team has beaten us more than they've beaten us over the last 10 years. They've dominated, not dominated as such, but they just know how to play against us.
They just know how to play against us. Yeah.
Kevin will not play Hotto at left back. I'm assuming Uhlanti will be back to his rightful position. Who's this guy?
Yeah.
This central defender. Natsika was suspended. Umkwanaz was suspended. I think he will also be he will also be back for this particular fixture. Also, I think this boy Munar will be back in the middle of the park because he came in at the 90th minute of that particular game. So I don't think there's too much of the same players who started both the game on Saturday and the game on Wednesday are going to have the fitness legs to carry out the performance for tomorrow. But it's not going to be an easy game. It will be a very difficult game. But Verts were not very good yesterday on Wednesday versus Kaizer Chiefs. Kaizer Chiefs should have killed the game. But you expect a different Bidvest Wits against us, as is always the case. They just seem to know how to play. Yeah, they just seem to know how to play against us. So we'll just have to see and bank on the fitness of the players and hope that will carry us through because we need the points.
Yes, I'm really expecting to see more of Utsegofatso Mabaso on Saturday. I'm really expecting to see more of Funkanyiso Zungu on Saturday tomorrow. He came in Zungu, but it was very late in the game. But really, I really want to see Munkanyiso Zungu on Saturday. Hopefully, it's going to be a very good game. I know maybe the coach will make a couple of changes, but I don't think he will make so many changes. But as I said, I would like to see more of our second top scorer. I'm hoping to see more of Funkanyiso Zungu in the game against Bidvest Wits. But I know Bidvest Wits will play the game of their lives. You know, they become Bayern Munich against Orlando Pirates. But I'm hoping our boys will do more and collect the 3 points. It's been a while since we last won a game.
Look, with regards to Mabasa, Sekofat, if he starts, it's simple. Start him, move Mango into Mulenga's place. Move Mango into the place where Payolot usually plays. Then you have your two top scorers in the team.
Yes.
Umabasa is a poacher. And I would like to see him get given a chance again because it's not that he was performing badly or poorly when he started coming from the bench again. It's just that Mango for out of nowhere just started scoring goals through the middle and defenses just couldn't deal with him. But I think in the game against Wits, you are right. We need someone who's going to stay in with the defender, with one of the defenders. So that he can make the defender work. So maybe we should spring in a surprise there and start Umabasa and move Unansika Umango to the left hand side of the three-man attack.
Yeah. Your defense, do you keep the same defense, or you are willing to make some couple of changes there? But I think we can start with the same defense. I don't think there's any changes needed there at the back.
Well, I think we should start with the same defense. We should start with 4. Mabaso, Unyawoza, Uchele, no Mayela. Where I think there should be a change is that between Umako, no Memela, someone will have to sit out the game. And unfortunately, after a gallant performance of energy, I think Umako will have to sit this one and come from the bench. And we start with Uluvio Memela in between the pockets.
Well, Bethy, I think that should be that for Namhlanje Mhlobam. We'll talk again after the game tomorrow, Bidvest Wits. Don't forget, guys, the game starts at 6 tomorrow. Please don't forget to subscribe. Orlando Pirates Forum TV, Pirates Forum TV on YouTube. We're also Orlando Pirates Forum on Facebook, at Pirates Forum on Twitter. Also, Orlando Pirates Forum on Instagram. At Mawande Barnes, my guy over there. Mhlobam, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Chief. Let's hope the internet on my side will be better next time. Sorry for messing up with your program, but the viewers will get the brunt of what I was trying to say. Cheers, mate.
Yeah, full. Thanks so much, man. Salute.
Hola.